Hello there, soul listeners. Welcome to a Twin Flame Journey. I'm Aura, and welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so that you are notified of when I'm publishing content, okay? So let's get into these messages. Also, if you are interested in a personal reading, all of that is going to be in the description box below. But let's get some quick messages right now. I'm cutting the deck in half. We have unfinished business and home. Ooh, boy. Back and forth, baggage, belong, haven, and refuge. We are in this Mercury retrograde has begun. Okay, Mercury retrograde has begun. So be prepared for the past to reappear. All right, unfinished business, and we also have ascending here. All right, let's find out the truth. Let's find out the truth. Okay. Let's find out the truth. Look at this. Letting go. What do we have? Ooh, 3 cards came out. We have photograph here. Photo, memories, souvenir. We have cool down, calm, pause. Ooh, and we also have run away. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but this card has come out quite a bit in some of these messages. Interesting. We also have hope and change. Let's get a couple more. Let's see. Let's get a couple more clarification here. Oh boy, we have law and we have commitment coming out here. Letting go and silence. Okay. Oof, we have ascending underneath the deck. Someone is definitely taking their trash out. And message. Okay, very interesting. Very interesting. So I kind of feel like for this reading, and before I start pulling clarification, okay, before I start pulling clarification, I'm kind of getting for this very particular reading that the two of you have gone on a trip together. Either that, or I'm getting this, for some weird reason, I'm getting this storyline that the two of you have gone on a trip together before, or have been talking about going on a trip together to a particular place. And you've talked about maybe going surfing or maybe somewhere by the beach. And I'm kind of like looking at this picture specifically, and it kind of reminds me of, being by the ocean. There is some water here. So maybe the two of you have talked about visiting somewhere that you haven't been before. Or this is something that you have done between the two of you, okay? We have cool down here. So pause, solidification. I'm kind of getting that, especially for this particular collective, that it got really heated between the two of you. Like, it just got incredibly heated, and it was so intense. Like, the two of you were so drawn to one another that it was just like, oh my God, I have to stop. We have to slow down. I'm kind of getting that. Like, we have to just stop for a minute, okay? And I almost want to say someone was just like, maybe we should pull the brakes a little bit, Interesting. 3 of Swords. Yeah, I want to say, look at this. And it created a lot of confusion here. We are coming up on a full moon right now, obviously, Capricorn full moon, but Scorpio and Pisces is here. So there's a lot of confusion, but with this full moon coming up and this full moon actually happening right now, I almost want to say that this is bringing all of this confusion to the surface. And I'm kind of hearing like you hurt me with what you said. And I feel like I almost want to say for this particular collective, like, it's almost like they didn't mean to hurt you. You know, they didn't mean to say it that way, but it's just like, I feel like the other energy is like, well, why did you say it that way? You could have said something else. You could have, but let's get more into this, because clarify this photograph for me. We have the Queen of Cups and the Strength card. Six of Pentacles underneath the deck. I feel like, I don't know why, but I'm learning to be strong on my own. My ear's ringing right now too. I'm learning to be strong on my own. I'm learning to be strong without you. I'm learning how to live my life without you. That's something else that I'm hearing as well. I feel like who's ever looking at this photograph, you know, maybe it is a trip that the two of you have taken together. Maybe it is a trip that the two of you were talking about taking together. Maybe the two of you have been talking about traveling and doing something incredible. Okay, but it's also, I feel like it's going to make the two of you feel very connected to one another, right? Queen of Cups is here. But I feel like when Strength is here, this is someone who is also very wise, has a lot of wisdom, right? They have a lot, they have learned a lot, okay? But I also feel like they're also, what I want to say is they're also very emotional, very, what is the word for it? It's like they're very emotionally smart as well. I believe that's how you say that. Okay, tell me about this cool down card, please. Tell me about this cool down card. Six of Pentacles. Yes. Learning to... Six of Pentacles is very giving, okay? But also the Six of Pentacles is very giving towards oneself. But learning to give to others. Learning to give energy towards others. But I almost want to say I need a little bit more here. Three of Wands. This kind of feels like someone who is very focused on their future, you know, what the future is going to look like with you in it. And I feel like this almost feels like someone who had to turn, yeah, look at this. We have the World here, something coming to an end. Six of Cups, Four of Swords. This almost feels like someone trying to think about their future, trying to think about what their future is going to look like with you in it, with someone in it, okay? But it's created this, it's created this awakening in them, though. And I feel like it's making them want want it more. I almost want to say like they've turned their back so much. Like, you know, they're focused on their future, and it's created this ending, all right? I want to clarify with some oracle, okay? I want to see who this is specifically for this collective. I want to get a little bit more here. What do they want? Because I almost feel like it feels like they could be playing a game, but I don't think so. Like, it almost feels like someone very focused on their finances or making space for someone to be in their life. All right. But I almost want to say it appears that they're running away, but this is someone who's very wise. They have a lot of wisdom, but I feel like they don't have a lot of wisdom. You know, like this connection is very familiar to them, but it's not familiar to them on a particular level. You know, I feel like they have a lot of wisdom, all right? But I feel like sometimes they lack emotional wisdom, or not emotional wisdom. Like they sometimes they lack emotional maturity. That's what I wanted to say. Okay. Who's looking at this photograph for the collective? Who's looking at this photograph for the collective? Tell me more about this. Realizations. Yes. See, I was talking about someone who has issues with emotional maturity, yes, that's what it is. Maybe they have, I don't know, maybe they have tantrums, or look at this. We have intimacy, peace, lusting, ecstasy, twin flames, foundation. Okay. This is someone who's going through a very heavy, realizations, I feel like, is part of it. They're going through some type of awakening, of course. But I feel like they struggle, once again, I just keep getting that they have this, they're learning to emotionally mature. Male or female does not matter, okay? Can you clarify this cool down for me? What is this all about? Memories. Wow. Broken. Escaping. See, I feel like it feels like there's this past energy, of course. I feel like this is going to be a Mercury retrograde reading, like no doubt about that right now, but there's memories and reminiscing, and they're dwelling about this connection while there's a cool off because they're broken. I feel like they've been, look at this, sorrow, silence, healing. Maybe they are healing. Pride. Intimacy is back here again. But I feel like they're healing something that the other person does not know about, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like it's hidden. I feel like it's not something that their person knows about. All right, let's see. Where do I want to go now? Okay, clarify this runaway, please. Clarify this runaway. Yeah, so I see silence here, and I'm just like, I feel like they didn't tell them about this. It's a secret. It's been a secret. They've been healing this, or they've been trying to keep this a secret from their counterpart for a while. Their twin flame, their Knight of Cups. You know, maybe this is someone who made an offer and disappeared. That's also something that I'm getting with this. Look at this, the Tower. Yes, Judgment, and we also have the Star here. Yes, because now we have Aquarius energy, 7 of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like they made this really random decision. And then I feel like they also pulled back. That, you know, they made this offer. But I almost want to say like they didn't think about it because maybe they struggle emotionally. Okay. Sorry, I just burped, so I definitely know that I'm channeling. Okay, so I want to get an oracle card for this part too. I know I'm pulling a lot of cards, but let's see. Yes, look at this. Cloudy Judgment is showing up here. Illusions, unbalanced, distorted. It's like they made an offer, but they feel like because they made this offer, they weren't thinking clearly. But I feel like that was all in their head. I wonder whose reading this is going to be for. Underneath the deck, we have pain. Okay. Tell me about this commitment. What is this commitment, please? Oops. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Tell me about this commitment, please. Tell me about this commitment. The Lovers. Yes. 4 of Cups. This is about... I feel like this reading, oh yeah, look at this. King of Pentacles. And we also have the 2 of Pentacles. You know, I feel like this is someone who they're making an offer to someone who is, you know, maybe a Gemini. All right, we have the Lovers here. But this is someone that they deeply desire. They feel very powerfully connected to. We also have the King of Pentacles. This is also going to help them master something as well, I'm getting. 2 of Pentacles. And it's going to help them to stop being indecisive about their future, about their life, I feel like. And that is very powerful. I feel like this is someone who may be very financially stable, you know, but I also feel like this is going to give them this opportunity to grow more. All right. They're not going to be very stagnant because 2 of Pentacles is like, 2 of Pentacles can be very stagnant energy. I feel like this card here, this is like the divine stepping in and being the judge, making way. Let's look at this. We have the 9 of Pentacles. Tell me about this Law card. What is this about? 6 of Swords. Very interesting because, you know, I see this Law card. It makes me think of Justice, right? The Justice card. But I also want to say this is about bringing balance to something, right? Wow, look at this. 10 of Pentacles in the reverse with the 8 of Cups. I kind of feel like someone had to walk away from this connection to bring balance, either in their life, their money, All right, because somebody is in this 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. But I feel like because they walked away from this connection, because they turned their back, or because they pulled their energy, and look at this, 6 of Swords. Like, this is someone who wants good for themselves and maybe those around them, but it's like, it's not going to come at a price of me, you know? Like, I feel like this is like, I'm not going to lower myself to be with you, or I'm not going to lower my standards. I'm going to do what I need to do, right? But I feel like, I don't know why, but I'm also feeling like someone, I feel like this energy in this collective too, is almost like someone got into a connection and maybe they went broke, and it's like they made this bad decision. Look at this, 5 of Cups. I feel like it brought them into this place where they're in this, they got themselves into this really bad connection. Can you tell me more about this Law card? Let's see. We have silence here. Healing. It forced them to heal. That's what happened. It's almost like it forced them to heal. Silence is here twice. I feel like they're not also telling their partner about this healing. Like, whoever it is that this reading is for, they haven't been speaking up about healing, what they need to heal. I almost want to say that they feel very embarrassed. Look at this. Silence. Letting go. Surrender. Healing. Pride. Yeah. It's like their pride got in the way, because it's just like, I don't want to look like I'm weak, or, you know, I don't want to look like, you know, I don't want to look like what I don't want to look like. But to be honest, the two of you have a very powerful and special bond with one another. Look at this. Peace. The two of you being balanced. Look at this. Balance is here twice too. Well, it doesn't say balance, but like I said, I was looking at that as the Justice card. But the two of you bring balance to one another. That's the thing here. Okay. Let's see. Tell me about this Silence card. Tell me about this Silence card. What are they keeping silent about? The Moon. King of Cups. What are they keeping silent about? What are they not telling the collective? What are they not telling? High Priestess. Ace of Pentacles underneath the deck. The Moon and the High Priestess, two of the biggest secret cards, I swear. I feel like I see these moon. Okay, so we are in a full moon right now in Capricorn. So I feel like this is being revealed to them, or whoever this reading is for, intuitively. We also have the King of Cups here. They have been secretly holding on to this love. That is what their secret is. I feel like, I almost want to say, like, this reading feels very different, actually. I do a lot of my readings a lot different, but this really does feel like an energy of someone who is, it's like they've planned their entire life out over this connection. Look at this. Ace of Pentacles with the 5 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. But the time being that maybe there has been some silence between the two of you, but I almost feel like for this very specific reading that they have been keeping something from you. Can we get some final oracle messages here? Yeah, look at this. Elusive, dishonesty. I was just talking about this. Deception, trickery. Maybe they didn't do it on purpose, but I feel like they were trying to do it to protect themselves, right? Look at this. But in reality, I feel like they've been incredibly loyal to this connection. Like, it's just like they've, on a deeper level, they've been, look at this, longing. And we have return here. Yes. Confessions, resistance, running. Yeah. They've been, I feel like, you know, maybe they have been running. Maybe they have been, you know, it's like they made an offer and they disappeared. We have karma here. And if they made an offer and disappeared, they're facing some type of karma for doing that, like consequences, cause and effect, depths, you know. But look at this, foundation underneath the deck, obscurity, secrets. Yes. It's like they've been keeping this secret. Emotional storm. They have a problem with emotional maturity. Once again, that is something that I'm getting for this. Emotional, look at this. And releasing, letting go, moving on, walking away. Depth underneath the deck, past life showing up here, longing. They crave you, collective. Bluff. They crave you, boundaries. Let's see what else we have here. Influences. Perspective. Okay. Very interesting reading, you guys. I hope that this resonated. And I'm going to leave it there with these messages. I hope that this resonated, and I hope that this helped. I will see you in my next video, and take care, and bye for now.